about a man who checks into a seedy-looking motel by the side of the road, only to find out the room is not yours to rent because every occupant dies. David, who is a salesman stressed out by his everyday job and a non-engaging car trip at night on an empty road. A storm comes and that fades away all visibility. He spots a flickering neon sign, Sunrise Motel vacancy. Sighing, he drives in and registers in a room that is marked 6. The motel clerk, an older man with sunken eyes, hands him the key with the warning, keep the door locked. And whatever you do, make sure you don't get up to answer the door if someone knocks after 12 at night. David tries it off as a creepy joke, but when he enters the room with a little light coming through the blinds, the air seems colder than it should have been. The wallpaper is curling and the smell closely resembles that of mold, but there is something else, something tin-like. At night when David is trying to sleep, there is knocking on the other side of the wall separating him from the bed. He believes that it's caused by the plumbing or the walls being too thin. At 12:15, just when she imagines the accident is the furthest from her mind, there is a knock at the door. He stands still for a moment, and then the words of the clerk that he saw earlier come to his mind. "Who's there?" he calls out. A woman's voice responds, trembling and weak, "Please help me." He's coming back. All of a sudden, David watches through the peephole and yet cannot see anything. The knocking becomes louder and more desperate. Ignoring the better wisdom he has, he unlocks the door and opens it just a little way. No one is there. He wakes up and for some reason his room looks different the moment he turns around. The bed is still stripped, blood stains on the walls, and on the mirror someone has written "Get out." Seriously frightened, that's an understatement, David attempts to open the door and escape, but it is jammed. They hear the knocking once more, but this time they hear the knocking coming from within the closet. Ivney says he took time to open the box with a lady found crouching inside the box, though she was so pale and she had bruises on her face. A sudden impulse makes her impart the following information: "He's here." As if she has no right to say such a thing, she disappears right before anyone's eyes. The lights go off quickly and David wakes up hearing the sound of someone's boots coming towards him. There is a man dressed in black standing in the corner, just with an axe stained with blood. Often the figure lunges for him, and he falls unconscious. The next morning, the motel clerk goes to room 6 and discovers it vacant, the bed made. He sighs and crosses David's name off a list of previous guests, all marked with the same note, "Never checked out." As he disappears in the door, neon sign blinks once again, promising the next wanderer to turn from the road.